Hey guys, we'll start the deck profile in just a bit. I just want to make a quick order on TCG Player just to max out this deck. I'm finally making the leap since this is one of my favorite leaders. So let's see what the damage is on TCG Player. Never mind. We'll just stick with minimum rarity. Welcome back, guys. This is Colin with the Sun Pirates TCG here. Today we are revisiting one of my favorite leaders, which is Blue Purple Reiju. So with OP-10 coming out, we have the new Searcher Sanji, which, like any other searcher, checks top 5 for any Germa card, but funny enough, he can actually search himself, so it's really funny if you're trying to chain multiple Sanjis into finding a very specific piece. But yeah, otherwise, having the extra 1-drop body is randomly relevant, having the 1k counter, and moreover, just being the extra searcher to find your Germa Kingdom early on is a very, very big help for the deck. So going into the actual deck profile, we have 4 Kingdoms, of course, on top of our first Sanjis, and 3 Germa double 6 events as basically extra searches to find either of these or one of our main pieces. Going into the characters, we have 4 of each of the Ichijis, of course, and then 4 of each Reiju character, and 4 of the 2k Sora, and then 1 Vinsmoke Judge. We only need 1 this time around just because we have so many searchers to find him, and in a lot of matchups he doesn't really come up. Usually we're just trying to scam our opponent out with a bunch of Ichijis, but still having that last bit of top end is still good in a lot of grindier board states, especially against Bonnie. Funny enough, he's actually so crazy against Bonnie because he gets to rest that Dawn that she's been holding up to rest one of her guys. Moving on, we also have the Foxy Pirates package with 4 Porsche. I still think this is very worthwhile playing right now, being the extra 5k attacker on top of being able to cheat out like your Chiji, your Reiju, or even Black Maria is pretty worthwhile until OP-11. And of course, the Chopper to go with her is still a very solid blocker that also lets us set up. And then we're also playing the new 2k Foxy from OP-10. Not really much to say here, he's just a very, very slight upgrade from Gina. And speaking of Black Maria, we have 4 of her. Very, very powerful card for the strategy. I don't think I've covered this on the channel since before OP-8 when she was printed, but very similar to how RP Law used her. This deck can also go crazy with going like Porsche Chiji one turn, and then the next turn Porsche Black Maria, gain a bunch of Dawn, and then set up for your Judge the following turn. It's just a very powerful sequence. And then with that, we also have 2 Puddings. We're an aggressive blue deck, just like Doflamingo, right? So of course we're playing a couple Puddings. And last but not least, we are also playing Gamma Knife. So let's talk about Gamma Knife. So with the new ban list, green is a very popular color right now, and the 8-cost Captain Kid is a very big contender this format. Typically, because of the way our strategy works with us trying to go wide while minusing a lot of Dawn, Captain Kid is actually a pretty big brick wall for us to climb over. But Gamma Knife being able to shrink it down to where even something like Sanji with 1 Dawn being able to attack into it makes for a very, very efficient clear against the Captain Kid. Not only that, but just randomly against other matchups too, like the Luffy Taros, your 10-drop Blackbeards, 7-cost Newgate. Just think of like any big body that normally this deck would have no business dealing with is suddenly able to beat it thanks to Gamma Knife. Just like Gamma Knifing like an 8k body down to 3k and then using your leader to run it over. Just makes for really efficient clears. So yeah, very happy to have this card around. And then you'll notice we're not playing the Blue Ranger Niji. I don't think it's necessary anymore now that we need the space to play our Sanji Searchers to find our mainline Rangers more consistently. But also now that Doflamingo is out of the format, Niji's ability is a little bit less relevant versus most other matchups now, so I find that it's not super necessary even for the extra body to play off a Judge. But yeah, so with that, let's get into some games and we'll try this out. Okay, so we're up against Usopp, one of the breakout decks going out of OP-10, and I am going first. So With this hand, I think I'm gonna mulligan. I can do better. That's okay. We do have a portion to Black Maria, so that's not terrible though. And the Ichiji, okay. So let's go ahead and do what I was saying. So I'm gonna attack first, just to play around a random trigger. Okay, so they blocked and draw. Then we'll go Porsche. Like a top 5 gets us a 2k. And then we'll play out Black Maria. And then we're already actually at the same Dawn, so we can just pass. Since I already drew off a leader thanks to Porsche. We'll take here since we're kind of digging for stuff. And they went for another blocker, okay. Let's go Porsche again. Find nothing. And this time, since we're really a little bit desperate to find some stuff, I'm gonna play out the Foxy. Okay, that's not bad. Because what Foxy does here is that if I have equal or less Dawn than my opponent, I can just sack it to draw a card, which is, ooh, Defensive Searcher. And then we can go search, get the stage. Actually, that's pretty good. So our hand's actually shaping up now pretty nicely. So I'll gain 5 Rested Dawn off of Black Maria. Basically, it's just going to match them at the end phase. And we'll go 5k at lead. Another 5k at lead. They block and draw, okay. And then we match their Dawn. So next turn, we actually have pretty good play with Ichiji, and we might not even need to stage here. Here, since we have kind of an abundance of cards, I'm gonna 2k. Okay, so they pitched a blocker. Alright. And then here, I'm gonna give a 1k. I'll take a thought. I'll give the 2k again. I think we can hit a Reiju. Because here I actually have a pretty sick turn. I can go stage, pitch, Ichiji for another stage. Then we can go Ichiji, tag out. For big Ichiji, I draw off a leader, and then we'll shrink the Cavendish. And then I can go 5k into 4k. So the Cavendish dies and they draw a card, but that's okay. We'll do another 5 at lead. Another 5 at lead. Almost forgot to gain 5 Rested Dawn. Let's go ahead and do that. And then 7k at lead. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the duplicate stages out just to get things going. We already have the baby Reiju, so let's get the big Reiju. And then go back to 6 Dawn. So Black Maria is actually going to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Let's just play double Ranger next turn potentially, if we find an additional Ichiji copy. Could even play a Chopper too if we wanted to next turn. Okay, so they're bringing out Gear 4th Luffy, okay. Yeah, we definitely don't have the counter to save that, so let him go. I'm gonna go ahead and give the 1k here. This encourages them to bottom deck their entire trash to try to kill it, but then next turn it doesn't restand naturally, so I think I'm okay with that exchange. Alrighty, let's start out with playing the Reiju. Draw 3 cards, because that's fair. Let's see, I could go even deeper. Because I could go Sanji search top 5 to see if I hit any Ichiji. That sounds pretty good. Ooh, we do. Okay, okay. And then we pitch, and then I'll get another baby Reiju. So we're gonna go extra wide here. Now, do I respect the 7-drop Luffy since it's not restanding next turn? Like, they could bottom deck 7 cards, but like they have a completely empty trash now, so maybe I don't even need to worry about it, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and go 6 at lead. I'm just gonna try to pressure their life here. So we'll go 7 at lead. Almost forgot to gain 5 Dawn off of Black Maria, just in case of a trigger. We'll go another 7 at lead. They block and draw. Okay. And that'll be the turn. So I just return 2 Dawn. So yeah, Black Maria's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Letting us do a lot during our turns for no reason. Next turn, if they leave the Luffy rested, which they probably might since they only have 3 cards in trash, I can go ahead and Gamma Knife to shrink it down and run it over. So that would be pretty good. Like, it shrinks down to a 2k and then I actually have 2k bodies that can swing into it, so that's pretty good. Because they're probably going to be spending their turn trying to deal with my Reiju and my double Ichiji, if they can. So another Rebecca comes down, okay. So it's Kairos and Zoro. Let's see what they bounce and kill. Okay, so they rest their leader off of Zoro to destroy my Reiju. And then they bounce their own lead off of Kairos. Okay. Okay. Pretty happy with that exchange, to be honest, since they had to rest their leader to do this. And then they go 11k into my Ichiji. That's literally... I literally don't have enough counter. Okay, so he's dead. That's okay. So what can I do here? They do have 7 in trash, so Luffy is capable of restanding. I do have 10 Dawn to work with, though. I don't think I need all of it to be swinging with, so let's go ahead and Reiju tag out. For Reiju in hand. I almost screwed up a little bit there. My bad, guys. So we need to draw 3 cards. Yeah, I should have been paying more attention to my hand size there, but it's okay. Go trash to find... Ooh, do I want Judge? Or do I want the 2k? Yeah. I'll get the Judge ready to go for next turn. But this turn's not the turn I'm gonna do it. I'm pretty sure. Because I'm gonna wipe their board here. So what's gonna happen is that we'll play Gamma Knife, shrink their Luffy down, and that way my Sanji can swing 2k at it. Because if they counter for it, I can just swing Black Maria into it again. It's no big deal. Especially since Black Maria's pretty much done her job this game. Okay, so they let it go. That's fine. And then I get to Gamma Knife them again. So let's shrink their Kairos now. So now the Kairos is a 4k. So we can go 5k into 4k. And they let him go. Sweet. Because now I can go even further. I can go Ichiji, shrink, get Ichiji, shrink their Zoro, and then swing 7 to 4. And then we'll Black Maria to gain back all my Dawn, and then we'll go 7 at face. And then we'll pass the turn. And the funny thing is that they actually have a big hand now, so this pudding is kind of raring to go, honestly. Yep, so Sanji dead. It's okay. Yep, so they're going these, okay. They bounce my Black Maria. It's a little bit late now, to be honest, at this point, considering how much mileage she's gotten this game. I'm already at 10 done. Let's see. I think they're barely going to commit a blocker here with that remaining 3 Dawn. I bet you anything is going to be like either Ideo or like a Bartolomeo. So with that being said, the board's kind of wide again, so I might need to counter to save myself next turn. So I'm just going to let this go. It sounds a little bit weird, but I'm pretty confident the second Ichiji is going to stay alive no matter what. And then we can kill him the following turn after I judge this turn, because I'm going to draw a lot of cards. Ooh, and they Leo to go Desperation Search. That's gotta not feel good. That definitely doesn't sound like it feels good. So they drew Kairos as a non-counter. Okay. And Frankie, which is a 1k, okay. So really they didn't gain much here. Okay. So same game plan. Let's go ahead and swing 7 at lead, see what happens. To give 2 cards to counter, okay. We'll just go a simple 5 at lead. If they counter, it's fine. If they block, then they leave themselves open to get swung at by Ichiji. Yeah, okay. And then I can do the big combo. So we'll go Judge, Return a Dawn, pitch 2, grab back Reiju and Ichiji. Unfortunately, we don't play Blue Ranger. I still don't think it's necessary, but the Judge turns are definitely a little bit less crazy as opposed to previous iterations of the deck. So yep, and that's pretty much all she wrote from there. Alright, so GG for game 1. Okay, so going into game 2 versus Smoker. We'll keep this.
It was a little too greedy.
This hand is what I would call pretty good. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll get the stage. And we'll set this up.
Makes sense.
Yep, definitely taking that. Alrighty. Yep, so not much to think about here. We'll go in for 5. Then we'll play out Porsche. We'll get the Foxy 2K as counter. And then we'll play out the Ichiji. We got, as the kids would call, full combo.
Yikes.
No targets. And we'll serve in for 7. Then I'll stage away the Ichiji, get another Ichiji. Uh-oh. we're
kind of a different game.
Yeah, we're kind of cooking. We're kind of going crazy here. I'll get pink Reiju. Yeah, show me what you got.
I got much.
We'll get the 2K. Okay, so that is a 7K blocker on your turn. But thankfully, Ichiji is a crazy card, ain't it?
No.
Oh yeah, I'm super sacking you, bro.
What the hell?
Oh, I got another Ichiji.
Oh my gosh! This is a way different game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're going nowhere.
Went to Pound Town.
I got you for 3 minutes.
There you go. You got me for 3 seconds, and how fast you're killing me. Oh my gosh! I've never been booty blasted so bad. What? Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Dude, this is so bad.
So yeah, guys, Reiju just doing Reiju things. If you can open the Exodia every time, you'll win every game. Trust. Just.
Dude, I'm gonna kill myself faster just to get him out of here.
Dude.
Bro, like, I wish I could show you my hand, but my hand is just like 2 Rosadate blockers, 2 Rotamas, 2 events.
We'll see when you die.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I can use leader ability now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's how you.
Let's go, kill the Porsche. Come on, let me have her.
All right. I'll give it.
Give me something. You can protect out of the Sanji, so how about that?
Yeah, why not?
All the 1Ks.
7.
Yeah, no, look, like I can play.
God.
There's just nothing I can do with
bad.
this. Yeah. Holy
moly! Yeah, that's Reiju, everybody. Alright, and heading into the wrap-up for this video, I actually quite like where Reiju is this format. I think she actually has a decent fighting chance versus most matchups. That Usopp game was a pretty good example of the new tech cards in action, like Black Maria just hard carrying us with, getting us so much done that we could do Porsche and Ichiji several times with no consequence, just like the old days with RP Law. Sanji being in action, just being the extra searcher helps, of course. And then Gamma Knife. I was quite impressed with this. We got to break the Usopp board, especially in tandem with Sanji just shrinking that Gear 4th Luffy down to a 2k, giving us something free to pick off with the 1-drop Sanji Searcher was pretty good. Even this came up, the Foxy 2k, just playing it off a Porsche since I had nothing better to play, and then drawing the card, which actually helped us dig into more Searchers, which I'll take it, it's definitely not bad. And then of course the deck still has that Exodia factor with the turn 2 potential for Porsche into Ichiji into potentially another Ichiji to turn after, just like that game against Trevor on his smoker. Just honestly was kind of a blowout. Going into other matchups, of course the green decks like Bonnie are still difficult if we don't see Gamma Knife, in my honest opinion. So we definitely want to be digging for this for when they eventually drop their 8-drop Captain Kids. Of course, Judges actually, like I said before, is a great tool against Bonnie, being able to rest that extra Dawn that they could use for their leader ability. Blackbeard is tricky, so we have a lot of on-plays, like Ichiji and Reiju, which are very important for us, honestly, but early on, between our searchers, if we can find that turn 2 Ichiji play, that's actually really strong against Blackbeard, since they actually have a hard time dealing with a 7-drop early on. And then if we can keep using our stage to find more copies of Ichiji, just spamming like the 2nd or even 3rd copy on the board is usually enough to close out the game, even without the rush. Shanks is a similar deal, where the earlier we find Ichiji, especially if we have Porsche Ichiji combo, that's enough pressure early on to close out the game before they can start dropping their boss monsters. Zoro is a interesting matchup. So far, it feels like Zoro can sort of outpace us since we're a 4th health leader, as opposed to them being a 5 health leader. So that might be a consideration for putting in the Blue Ranger Niji back in to kind of help maintain the board. But we'll figure that out more as time goes on and how the format develops. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Any feedback or suggestions are welcome. If you yourself are planning on picking up Reiju, I hope you are as excited as I am to play this format. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.